Viewer discretion is advised.
But will be completely ignored.
Take my latest run-in with Batsy. It was just last night, as the entire country was tuning into its favorite talk show.
Believe it, huh? What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger. And here we go.
Look alive, wage slaves! Presenting that caliph of clowns, that mogul of mountebanks, the one and only Joka!
Please allow me to introduce my associates, Miss Quinn.
Enchanty.
And Messrs. Their names escape me for the moment. No matter.
Hello, welcome to the Wrestling Asylum. I am, as you can see, the good doctor, Dr. Harley Quinn. And by the way, bravo to WWE for a fabulous pay-per-view event in WWE Backlash in France. Thank you to the amazing French fans. Thank you so much. And now let's get to the warden who runs this place, the one, the only, the Joka. He is here. So here we go.
Jackie boy.
Oh.
Jack. Scapegoat. Jump boy. Jack off, jackass, anal. Plus.
Whoa.
You wandered into my home. And you tried to get away with breaking my will. And yet, how? Just like the rest. Your bride. Hello, kiddos.
Hello.
Now, it's good to see everybody here today at the Wrestling Asylum. Make sure you do us the biggest favor in the world. Like, share, subscribe, stay notified, tell a criminal, tell a baby mama, tell a wrestler, stay up to date. And of course, check out the linktr.ee/off-top-ropes podcast. Find all the links for the merch stores, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Stay up to date. And never miss an episode, including during seasonal break.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, shout out to the ladies of Black Hearts Angels for showing some love this week and doing a tremendous job. Ladies, keep it up. I am proud of you. Keep it up. But we got a couple of weeks away from the season finale.
Yeah.
We have something special.
Ooh. Mm.
But more.
Right.
Now, of course, we are going to dive back in time. And we're going to discuss a big, fat, pimply zit.
Ugh.
But before we do, we also got to pay the bills. Also,
of course.
Did you kick the coffee habit? Did you? Did you cut the scent off, replace the coffee, have energy for the whole day? OTT, our mob, you know the deal. Of course. Our boys and girls over at Dream Alive University always making you look fresh. 15% off, Dream Alive store, hoodies, caps, you know the deal. And of course, Get your bling. GetSoLace.com. 25% off. OTT on Mob. And look fresh in the club. Look fresh at the wedding. Look fresh at the barbecue this summer. You know the deal.
Yeah.
But back to the issue at hand. You see, we are going to take a look inside the Analyze This chamber. And this week, we have to look at the abysmal zit, the blemish, the pimple, the hemorrhoid of Vince Russo's creation. The Last Rites match, Destination X, 2007, at the Monster Abyss, managed by Father James Mitchell. You know him as the Sinister Minister in ECW, against the Icons.
Ooh.
And like I mentioned later in the program, Jackie Boy.
Ooh, Jack.
The Reaper. Oh, wait. But first, you mentioned it earlier. Great show at Backlash.
Awesome.
Predicted it. By the way, still your Intercontinental fucking champion, baby. And now you will be going. Thank you. We will be going into Double or Nothing weekend, and there's going to be a lot where I will defend that. So, to the challengers, I love you and good luck. You already know.
Yes.
But now that I've gotten that out of the way, so usually we get 6, 8 matches. But this has been one of those weird ones where we only got 5.
Yeah.
So take it away.
So since Backlash had 5 amazing, incredible matches, it does make you wonder, should there have been more than 5? Like, for example, should we have gotten Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan? Picture's coming up right about. There you go. But kind of makes you wonder why only 5 matches and not 6, 7, or 8. What are your thoughts?
Well, 2 things. First, you have to understand, you're coming off of Mania.
Yeah.
You don't know the situation of Becky Lynch, even though she's women's champion.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're going to do.
Right.
Now, part of why I also think you had issues. Remember, passports are an issue.
Yeah.
Sometimes getting a visa, prime example.
Mm-hmm.
We had members of the AEW roster have issue getting into Canada. We also had WWE roster members having issues getting into Canada from time to time.
Yep.
Kids, this is the part of the show where I just tell you, don't drink and drive.
Want to have some fun before the main event?
Mm-hmm.
I rest my case.
Yes.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club.
Yeah, because that's where you're going to end up.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm.
But here's my take, and I want to hear from the chat as well. I want to hear from the fellow inmates, okay? To me, part of it had to probably be visa issues.
Yep.
Another thing is you're going to see Hunter try to let certain stories breathe.
Yes.
Okay. I think Judgment Day is about to crash.
Yeah. And
what I saw Damian Priest do to Finn Balor,
oh God,
I saw it coming. I knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm. JD Mig douchebag.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that. His real name is JD McDouchebag. I couldn't help it. He just shows up during the match, and I'm like, you just go away.
This is the thing. I think what's going to happen is you have it overplayed in terms of interference. There's too much.
There was way too much.
It's overkill.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the few times you will actually hear me agree with Jim.
That's 1 minute of power.
Oh boy.
But it is overused. Vince had a propensity over the last however many years overuse it overabundantly, I might add.
A little too much.
What hand was this? You have a situation where I'm glad it didn't happen with AJ and Cody.
Thank God.
You kept that pure. So there's that. I think the reason why you kept only 5 matches was this. You were in a no-win situation.
Yeah.
You're coming off a Mania, less than a month ago. You're going to have travel issues, visa issues.
Yep.
How much of the roster is going to be able to get into the country?
Yep. And there's some can't travel outside the United States due to past
distractions
or convictions.
Specifically convictions.
Yep.
But also remember, Liv Morgan got busted a while back. While not convicted of anything, she got busted for possession of them.
Yeah.
So, well.
Yeah, we know. Ugh.
See?
Yep.
Even Michael Cole agrees.
Yep.
That said, it didn't shock me there's only 5, but I would have been happier. I wouldn't have minded seeing Becky defend the women's belt, but you have to crown a number 1 contender.
Yeah, that's true.
We haven't done that.
No. That might be what Queen of the Ring might be for.
That's what I'm thinking. We're going back to Saudi in a few weeks' time.
Yikes.
We have the King of the Ring, the Queen of the Ring. Something tells me those 2 tournaments, we're going to get a number 1 contender for either Damian Priest or Cody.
Yep.
The Queen of the Ring is going to determine Bayley or Becky.
Yes.
We do have also, you have some key injuries still that have not returned. So that could have been a hindrance. I think you could have introduced, even though it would have started, it could start something.
Yeah.
The Dragunov.
There you go.
Put him in a situation where, okay, we've got Braun Breaker.
Yes.
I don't know if I don't recall them having a history, but now that they're on the main roster, let's see if we can stir something up. Let's stir the stew. You know, we're stewing that Brunswick stew for my homies in Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay. The issue that I have with only 5 matches is you have to go longer.
Yeah.
So your cardio, your stamina,
Drag it
your
out.
ring has to be a game times 10.
Yeah.
I mean, you're almost approaching what? I want to say man status.
Emotional, damn it.
And that isn't easy to do.
No, it's not.
But for me, I'm of the opinion if this was the case, I think Backlash should have stayed in the States. But then going to France, well done. French crowd loved every minute of it.
Oh my God.
Go back 24 hours ago and listen to that roar for LA Knight.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they've
I
been
mean,
singing Cody's theme.
And singing Cody's theme.
Oh,
now,
I
did get something I knew was coming, and it happened in the opening match during the street fight.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, we got Tangaloa. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, allow me to introduce to you Tamatanga, Tangaloa. They were part of the Bullet Club, but they went by another name.
Gorillas of Destiny.
The G.O.D. Gorillas of Destiny. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with Jacob Fatu yet.
Yeah.
I was expecting it, but I think Hunter didn't want to taint it.
No.
Save it for maybe on Raw or SmackDown next week. Here's what I will say. 5 matches, a smaller pay-per-view.
Probably.
I would not have had it on pay-per-view.
Probably not.
Platform, I would have kept it on Peacock
Yep.
because it was just 5 matches.
Right.
I get why you had the women's tag titles, you had the triple threat with Bayley,
Yep.
you had the street fight, the
Mhm.
World and WWE Championships defended
Yep.
respectfully.
Yes.
Shout out to the 4 men in each of those titled matches. Job well done.
Brilliant. All the way around.
Don't know how to feel other than the fact that it's like I'm not saying the matches weren't good, but
They were good.
I just summarize it like this, folks.
Yep.
I was like,
Mhm.
Yeesh, Pengers. How corny can you get?
They did have filler with some of those kind of like, let's show highlights of how did we get to this point anyway.
I'm fine with that, but here's the problem.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, you could have done a vignette
Yeah.
saying, guess what? You better tune in next week on SmackDown. Solo's going to try to take over the bloodline in full.
Yep.
And he has one more surprise. That's where you witness Jacob Fox.
Yeah.
He walks into the panel, simply laughing, and says, "See you next week, bitches."
Yeah. That would be something.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
I mean, you could have done a couple of small backstage vignettes or interviews, but you didn't.
No, you could have had one where like Solo is on the phone, like Solo's on the phone talking to someone and we don't know who he's talking to, or Tama Tonga, same thing.
It felt like you were getting freaky in the bedroom and the dude went limp.
Reaching foul. That boy is reaching. Shit is straight cap. You.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Blue Chew, Viagra, Cialis, take your pick, folks.
Yep.
To be honest, it was rather disappointing because I felt like, yes, you built post-Mania, you built the first defenses.
Yep.
Matches were great.
No, they were.
But you have chance and we want Roman. You have other situations going on.
Like the Bloodline adding a new member.
Bloodline getting out of control. Getting more vicious and violent.
Mm-hmm.
You could have played with it.
You could have.
But again, like I said, and I'm going to ask the chat this. Sports, visa issues, that's discretions or convictions.
Yep.
Injuries. We just found out Jimmy Uso is going to be on the sideline.
So is Dominic Mysterio.
Well, I got something to say to Dave Meltzer. You had you motherfucker. Nobody likes you.
Yep.
Do us a favor. Retire, you mutant.
Yep.
See, you should have been a stain on the mattress, or your mama should have swallowed her. Daddy should have a better pull-out game.
Michael Cole agrees. There you go.
Hey, I hate to say it.
There you go.
Haley agrees, and I think we can summarize this.
Coincidence? I think not.
And she retained her title today, so that was definitely.
Yes, it was. I did like the press conference when she put her hand over Michael Cole's mouth. That was pretty
He's like,
funny.
shut up. There you go.
But that being said, overall, 5 matches, I felt like I was watching and I'm not saying it in a derogatory way.
No.
It felt like half and half collision, half and half rampage.
Yeah, it's like
I'm not saying that to be derogatory or anything.
no,
but
no, not at all. Oof.
it just was like,
It's like, why?
What?
Exactly. What?
if I had one, I would just say mid.
Mid. Thank you,
But
MGM, for that, by the
overall,
way.
I want to hear what the chat has to say. But
Tell us.
we're gonna have to continue because also this week, after many months, that's right. The
one-winged angel screams. It fills my hopes and dreams. The best bag
That's right. The best belt machine, who we learned was battling diverticulitis and has been gone for several months, showed up on Dynamite to discuss his health and address the shit stains, ex-best friends, the Young Bucks. Of course, he would get attacked by Jack Perry, Okada, and eventually the Bucks would turn on their friend, sending him to the hospital. Now, question remains. Who's going to stop these four men? Is this the only way to stop Jack Perry, Okada, and the Bucks? Will Kenny have to call on the Hangman to make his return? And then on the one tag team, the Bucks haven't been able to beat.
Yes.
MCMG.
Motor City Machine Guns. Booyah.
What's up?
Hi. What's up?
But, of course, Kenny coming back, explaining what happened, and here's the funny part. I still think it's a 50-50 crapshoot. He could still have surgery.
He could.
And he ain't gonna give a fuck. He gonna go for the wheels fall off.
Oh, yeah, exactly. He's just going to get in there, guns a-blazing, pretty much.
Yes. In my opinion, when Okada came out to confront him, okay.
How many were you having flashbacks to all their battles in New Japan? I bet there were plenty of them out there.
I was like, do we want to run it? I was like,
do we want to run it
back one more time?
Just one more time.
They did it three. And can we do it one more?
If we can do All In London in August.
I didn't expect a heel turn on Kenny from the Bucks.
Of course.
But you just felt it was coming. Mm-hmm. Jack Perry. We're going to address you, buddy boy, soon enough.
Yeah, I'll deal with you later.
But with the power struggle now with Tony Khan.
Yeah, having to do it remotely.
And the Bucks, like I said in the clips, does this have to be sorted out in blood and guts? Is it going to take Kenny calling up Hangman and saying, yo, I know you're out for personal, but I got a problem, and I don't trust men. I need you. And then, does he have to make the other call to the only team the Bucks have yet to be able to defeat in their entire career? The Bucks have gone at it back and forth. But here's the key thing I'm going to say.
Sounds like Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin have their number.
To beat the Young Bucks and the Motor City Machine Guns have gone at it.
Yeah.
But it's the one team the Young Bucks have never defeated. And here's the key word. Clean.
Motor City
always interference, tights, rope, shenanigans.
Yep.
They are the one team that can take it to the Bucks to a level that we've not seen.
Yeah.
So Could this lead to blood and guts and we get the traditional 4-on-4?
Maybe.
Could it force the biggest swerve of them all?
Ooh, what is that?
I ain't talking about the world. I'm not talking about the world champ, although I would be surprised if he chose to get involved.
Right.
I'm talking about the only person those 4 men wouldn't even dare lay a toe, a finger on him or on a line in front of him. Will it take Tony to summon the only other man? Who am I?
Oh, come on, brain, work.
He rushed out to check on him when they jumped Tony.
Shad Khan.
Yes, will it take calling on Dad to step in to stop them?
Say enough.
Even though risking himself being on screen. Now, do I think it could lead to this? We don't know where this is going to go.
No, so many directions it could
playing
go.
the whole neck brace thing, and the fact,
Sorry,
Tony, you had the ability to use the NFL,
the draft,
for 5 fucking years.
Yeah,
To help you promote. Not 1, not 2, but 5 years.
5, and you end up in the Jaguars war room, in the draft room with a neck brace on, causing a lot of
bitch.
hysterically. Yeah, I even recorded it. So,
but I'm gonna ask the chat this: did you like what they're doing? Where do you see this ending? Does Swerve step in?
Oh,
Yeah, he's already made it clear he's sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Does the roster have to quit to force the Bucks to stand down?
It's a good question.
Or does it force Daddy to step in?
Doesn't that seem kind of crazy to you?
In the situation, no.
I don't disagree. Here's the point.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get the guns, you don't get Hangman, then there's only one.
Well, it can't be MJF. He had to have surgery again because his injury didn't heal up right.
No. The only other option would be to piss off the Undisputed Kingdom.
Adam Cole.
Jump
Bennett.
Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah. You would need to piss them off so bad it would force Adam Cole to step up.
Yep.
Bullseye.
Ooh, bingo.
Now we're re-entering that territory. Problem is one issue. Tony Khan does not do what Bischoff did and be the reveal, the heel to all of this with the Elite.
Oh, damn.
I don't think you have Tony do that.
No.
But if you're going to run this back, do it the way you should have.
Mm-hmm.
We know Tony runs the show. We know the Bucks and Kenny have power.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny checkmates the Bucks every step of the way.
Yes.
Then, if Tony Khan will get his head out of his ass, humble himself, and
please
of the new and still WWE Undisputed Champion
Cody
Rhodes, could the American Nightmare be forced to reemerge
Mm-hmm.
as a one-off appearance? Yet in the
I don't know.
Not
It depends.
the wall.
It
But here's
depends
the
on if
rub,
he
folks.
wants. It
The
depends on if he
reason I
wants to
say
do it.
that is this.
Mhm.
While Cody Rhodes went back to WWE,
Mhm.
he still has investment in All Elite
So
Wrestling.
he's still making this.
There's still money.
Money.
On things.
Yeah, so it's possible. It depends on whether he wants to do
True.
it. Yes, it's
Blackheart,
far-fetched.
valid point.
Very valid
But
point.
Tony Khan's known to throw curveballs in
Yes.
stories. So the question I have for all
Happened
of
many
you is,
times.
where do you see this end? Do we have to have Undisputed Kingdom pissed off to where Adam Cole steps in?
Mhm.
Or with Kyle O'Reilly back, if we don't get the guns, Kyle makes one specific call.
Mr. Fish
Red Dragon.
reunited.
One more time to handle the box.
Oh,
True.
Pettiness, yeah, possible.
True.
That's true.
But in this story, given what they're doing, it could happen.
It could.
If you're going to go AEW versus the Elite, you're going to need some massive firepower to take them.
You are. Exactly.
Just don't pull a Paul White doing what he did twice.
No, please. No.
That
No.
worked.
Magic trick. I'm gonna make this pencil disappear. Let's not blow this out of proportion.
We're not blowing it out of
But
proportion.
what's going to happen? Yes, I think there could have. I'll put it to you like this.
Okay.
Some talent that's not being used is going to step into this.
Yes.
One that I think could have, but we have learned has been, he is a free agent. Ethan Page.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
would have
because
been you could have utilized him as
Could have.
somebody that wanted to take the Elite on because they're sick of the shit and they want an
Exactly.
opportunity. You could
But you have
invoke
to-
Scorpio Sky.
there
There
are
are certain talents
There are.
that you can invoke.
Mm-hmm. You want to come in and help us out? There you go.
And that's what I think Kenny will try to do.
Yes.
He'll
He'll try
have
to
to
get.
call in he's going to have to call in the big guns because you're going to
Oh
need
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah.
The only other way.
A lot.
I would have to turn Wardlow babyface.
You have to, and that'll put him out of.
I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, but I mean, you gotta. If you're gonna give him a shot at World Gold at some point, I mean, you proved he could draw. He had the TNT title 3 times.
3 times, but you couldn't figure out what to do with him once he had it.
That's what's tricky.
Yeah.
As Undertaker has said, the chase is more fun to watch. I think. Also, remember, Darby Allin's injured.
Yeah, but he hurt his foot,
Injured by
and then
the
he got
bus.
hit and got hit by
a bus.
And he got hit by a bus
Shout
in New York.
Shout out to the
Darby.
crazy one, Darby Allen. Please get healthy and get well soon.
Please.
But while he's healing, we don't have him because we all know he'd get in on this fight.
He would be in on it in a heartbeat like that.
Now, here's something I think we should do.
Yes.
I think Kenny sends a fuck you message to all 4 men on Dynamite. Here it is. There's an envelope in the ring, spotlight. It's black. They get called out.
Yeah.
They open the envelope and they all get pissed.
And they all have complete dumbfounded, shocked looks on their faces.
Yep.
Because it reveals the
Read
name
it
of a certain
aloud. It
someone.
sounds like this. From Kenny Omega and the desk of Tony Khan. The recent behavior of the Bucks, Kazuchika Okada, and Jack Perry have forced our hand.
Yes.
Seeing as how you bastards want to get violent,
Mhm.
We have decided to reinstate somebody.
Mm.
And furthermore, Matthew, Nick, you have no power over this.
Your
You
contract's
might
not as
wanna
ironclad as you
read-
thought.
Hang on. You might want to read the fine print, the tiny extra fine print in your contract.
Yeah, kind of like
That states, now I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I would decide, book it.
okay.
You lay your hands on Tony, your power don't mean dick.
It's been revoked.
And that's how you open season. Out comes the Kavara, clean reign. He gets on the mic. That's one hell of a promo and goes, I'm coming for you, 4 cocksuckers. You
Yep.
bastards, I'm coming for you.
Yes.
Okay? I get fucking suspended over a legit misstep.
An
Fuck
accident.
you. Turn Sammy loose.
Mm-hmm. Let him run wild.
Then he makes his way to the back. They try to jump him. He gets the upper hand. Jericho helps make the save because of the connection there.
And
He looks
kind of
at
rekindles
Chris
the
and-
friendship.
Yep, and he just looks at Chris and goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And walks off.
Right.
Then, here's how I put it.
Okay.
In 3 weeks, it's a power struggle. Elite gets the upper hand, AEW gets the upper hand.
Right.
Then the Elite are saying, okay, you motherfuckers want this fight? Send your best. Sammy goes, I'm not alone. Hangman comes back. Nope. Mox doesn't get in this.
Okay. Yeah, he's probably gonna be IWGP World Heavyweight Champion by this particular point in the story.
Yes, he is still IWGP champion, so he may have a commitment with that.
Yeah.
But if I definitely would get him involved.
Yes.
Then here's what I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna quarterback this, and I want to hear others in the chat as well. But okay.
Let us know.
So at some point, Mox gets involved.
Mm-hmm.
But I have Guevara.
Yeah.
I bring the return of Ricky Starks.
Yes.
Then I call Mark Briscoe.
Yes.
And those
Ring of Honor
three,
World Champion.
it's a 4-on-3 fight.
Yeah.
Until the spotlight hits the arena, out runs Hook. All 8 men go at it.
And it's on now.
Motherfuckers want a war? Yep.
You got one.
Here's the rub. Jack Perry brings the group from Japan he's with.
House of Torture.
Yes.
Okay.
That makes the war a little bit more
On the Elite side.
on the Elite. Until Penny appears on screen
Mm-hmm.
and goes, "You, Nicholas,
You dumb bastard, you."
Did you think for a minute I wouldn't mend fences with 2 of our old friends?
Old friends.
Outruns Witchblade, outruns a fully healed and ready to go Adam Cole.
Yes.
A full fucking war.
There we go.
Here's the only catch I have.
Okay.
Don't include James.
No, keep her out.
Let
She
her
doesn't-
do her thing.
Yep. Let all
I
the
will
women
address
do their
that
thing.
later.
Yes.
But keep her out of it.
Yes.
I think it was a mistake to have Miss Elizabeth involved in the NWO,
Yeah.
even though she was a good manager and did her thing. I don't
wasn't-
think Anna could duplicate that. Keep her
No.
out of it.
No,
Keep
she's too closely tied to our chair effective. Oh, Survivor Series
Not
2001. Not completely, but it's pretty close.
No, we want to bring in the big guns.
We do want to bring in the big
This
guns.
could be played out for months.
Yeah, you could even bring in Claudio Wheeler if he's healthy, and Bryan if he's up to it. You can include
You
the
have-
BCC in this.
If you go at this the right way,
Right.
you could drag this almost 9 months to a year.
You could extend it into Revolution.
The only other way to stop them call on the one guy that whooped their ass to retire as a tag team champion.
Sting.
Yep.
Hear Tony Schiavone say, "It's Sting!" One more time for this particular moment would be amazing.
You have some weaponry to play with in this fight.
Yes.
House of Torture. You got the AEW roster. You have former members and leaders of the Bullet Club in the company. You have the tools.
It's how do you execute it is the big one.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's the biggest piece. I was just about to get to that.
Yes.
That is the difference between the 2001 invasion bullshit
and
what we're getting now. If you play your cards right, Blackheart is exactly correct. That is exactly what you do.
Exactly.
But
makes the most sense.
You will still get Swerve Strickland in on the fight.
Yes.
Here's where you come up with the garage. We're on an episode of Dynamite Collision. We've dragged this for nearly a year.
Yep.
Full fucking brawl, both sides.
Yes.
Locker rooms empty. All hell is freaking loose at ringside.
Yes.
Think the Raw after WrestleMania, the draft 2004.
Okay.
Where it was SmackDown and Raw, they all got it on after Eddie Guerrero and Triple H were going at it for the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
Think about that brawl.
Mm.
We're in the middle of that fight.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Burberry Scarf shows up on the
Max!
He walks out and is going, you mother. Oh, and he hits the ring. He cleans house.
Yep.
He's helping the baby faces. And he's yelling at the Bucks going, I fucking knew I couldn't trust you. Looks at Tony Khan and goes, we had our ups and downs. Don't fuck me over again. Puts his hand out. They shake hands. They're on the same page.
Yep.
You see MJF going, you fuckers thought this was over? No, bitch. I'm back. I'm at 100. I'm coming to kick your ass.
What happens if he locks eyes with Adam Cole, though?
You can drag it a little more.
A little more. But what happens when he makes eye contact with Adam Cole, however? We know there's history. He looks
at Adam Cole and just goes, we have unfinished business, asshole.
Exactly.
But I got bigger problems first.
Yeah. So we're on the same side
So
for now.
We get through all this.
Yeah.
AEW wins. You could have the Elite win, but on some shenanigans.
Yeah.
Here's the rub. If the AEW win, here's how you go off the air. MJF knocks out Adam Cole, grabs the mic and goes, I'm the devil, you asshole. And I'm coming for you. We're not done by a long shot. Blackheart said it best. I'll show it again.
You
got to use the entire card.
Exactly.
That has a nice ring to it.
Write that down, will you?
That is exactly what you do.
Yes.
Because here's what happens. Now you have the potential to draw this out a year. You could take it to Double or Nothing at 20.
You could.
If you do it right.
Yeah.
But we still have half a show left.
Yeah.
So I think it's only fair that I ask you to get your snacks, get your Dubby,
more
get
Dubby,
your some alcohol, take a pee break. When we come back, we're going to look into the shit show that was Destination X 2007. Abyss and Stain, the Last Rites match, and discuss the well-earned Fire Russo chance in that match. And then before we go to break, excuse me, we don't get very religious. Just know. Dear pro wrestling gods and Lord, forgive me for the sins of transgression. Oh, fuck it. Who am I kidding? Jack Perry, your daddy's rolling in his grave. Motherfucker, you fitting to get it. You fitting to get it. That being said, we're taking our commercial break. I still want to know in the chat what you guys think should happen here between Kenny Omega's and the Elite situation. Enjoy the break. Get your W, get your snacks, get you some booze, grab your dinner, lock in. Jack Perry, I'm going to just prove CM Punk right again, you fucking puss. We'll be back after the break.
Come on, Jacob. Calling Gordon. Calling Captain James Gordon.
New and improved Joka products with a new secret ingredient. Smiley.
Love that Joker.
Uh-oh. He don't look happy. He's been using Brand X. But with new and improved Joker brand, I get a grin again and again.
That luscious tan. Those ruby lips and hair color. So natural. Only your Undertaker knows for sure.
Love that Joker.
So remember, put on a happy face.
What do you believe in?
I believe whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
Are you interested in a professional wrestling career? Becoming a TV star? Increasing your income? The USWA presents for the first time ever the ABC of professional wrestling. See real live action USWA TV clips Then study the step-by-step detailed instruction of exactly how to do those spectacular moves. You'll learn preparation for training, basic wrestling moves, skill and speed training, physical appearance, conditioning and training, television interviews, and much, much more. We'll give you a realistic look of what is needed to become successful in the exciting world of professional wrestling. The 75-minute instructional video is only $39.95 plus $3.50 shipping and handling, and is your first step to becoming a TV wrestling star. So call me at 214-353-9925 for all inquiries.
When you have nausea, hypertension, just
Sky Sports, the only channel where you can catch the ultimate wrestling challenge. These men are mean, and these men mean business. The WWF Wrestling Challenge, Mondays at 7, only on Sky Sports.
Welcome back, folks, to the second half of the Wrestling Asylum. Hope you got your drinks and snacks, W's, and booze, puff pass, you understand what I'm saying? But today, I did not. This is true.
Very true. Too soon, so we all know. Yeah, I think we
do.
Yeah. True, yeah, but I feel like you could have added at least one more.
I respect that.
Yeah, but I respect it too.
But folks, we're going to dive into the abysmal disaster that was in 2007. It was Destination X and TNA. Ladies and gentlemen, it was the clusterfuck from Vincent K. Russo.
Oh, dear God.
The mutant child of Brian Alvarez and Dave Meltzer.
Shit.
The face only a mother could love.
Yeah.
His mama should have swallowed. Daddy should have had a better pullout game.
Yeah, exactly.
I give to you the Last Rites match.
Yes.
Now, for those of you who don't know, the Last Rites match took place, like I said, Destination X 2007. Here's what people don't realize. And yes, that is the best poster to explain all this.
Yes.
During the time of Abyss being NWA World Champion, Sting was trying to save Abyss. We would learn that Father James Mitchell was Abyss's father.
Ooh.
To settle this for Sting to try and save Abyss, the Last Rites match, a.k.a. Vince Russo's mutant form of a casket match, occurred.
Damn.
Where the opponent, you had to put your opponent in the casket, and then the casket would then rise up into the rafters, and that was the end of the story.
Mm-hmm.
This match was so bad and hot garbage and trash and diarrhea of the ass that crowd, knowing that Vince Russo had the pen and the book, chanting for him to be fired. Sting said in an interview when asked about this match that what made the match so horrendously difficult was the casket being in the ring.
Oh, God.
Normally, the casket is on the outside. Hey, Russo, take the cue from the old fartoffofwish.com. Yeah. You ain't shit.
Fact.
Russo, you ain't shit. Douchebag.
Fact.
Okay? So that's number one. Number two, the storyline that led to this, yes, I enjoyed it. having it be learned that Abyss took the fall for his mama, shooting Father James Mitchell 3 times in the back, and how it intertwined with Christian Cage and Tyson Tomko, and all of that intertwining, I enjoyed it. The match as a whole, as Sting said, sucked because you had to work with the fucking casket in the ring. Of course, Sting would end up winning the match, but halfway into it, when you have Fire Russo chants,
oh dear God.
So this is over, not over. I'm betting not over.
Not by a long shot.
Definitely not by a long shot. Yeah.
Yeah. I expected this.
Wow, what a boring story. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's someone boring.
I expected the boring chants.
Right.
I do recall a faint hint of them. But honestly, this match came up because I wanted to talk about how sometimes in wrestling, you have the shit matches that still influence the industry.
Right.
Abyss was crowned NWA World Champion earlier in the year. Also, here's a fun fact. Father James Mitchell was able to help mold the character for Abyss and be the mouthpiece because Abyss didn't talk.
Ooh.
We didn't see him start talking till probably a year and a half later, give or take. So this also opened up the door creatively. It allowed what we would see out of Abyss is some violent ass shit, but that's beside the point.
Yep.
This proved one thing. Without the filter of Dutch Mantel or Jeff Jarrett or Vince McMahon, Vince Russo, your booking skills are garbage. Or as I like to call them, a nice diarrhea shit after some Taco Bell.
That's a nice ring to it. Write that down, will you?
We will.
Flaming diarrhea shit.
Yeah.
But I want to know what you thought about it. Because to me, yes, it opened up a lot of things for creative, but it also proved one thing. Russo is loathed. Loathed.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Into the air, Junior Birdman, miss me. Yeah, watch me.
Fully loathed by the IWC. Some kiss his ass and lick his balls. Probably sagging and hairier than shit. But he is loathed big time. I see now why Jim Cornette wants to outlive so he can piss and shit on Russo's grave.
Right.
So Jim and Cornette, we don't agree very often, but my apologies. You still had to get the chair a while ago. You had it.
You did.
Yeah, but Doc, my inmates, I want to know, what did you think?
It was definitely a different type of match than what we're used to. I mean, seeing caskets in there.
Emotional, damn it!
Exactly that emotional damage.
I mean,
the fact that this inspired, I think, certain elements that would later be incorporated in other matches, like All In last year, where ironically, Sting had to have, there was a coffin in the ring that Sting put our new AEW World Champion in. Yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
And then the
here's
fire
rub
Russo
to
chants
that.
you later hear please
Mhm.
retire chanted in Jericho at Dynasty.
But here's the other piece too.
Yeah.
When we saw it done in AEW, they did it in a better way.
Yeah.
The casket wasn't so much in TNA you had a six-sided ring.
Yeah.
Which made it more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
With the squared circle, you could manipulate the casket in such a way that it wouldn't cause an issue in the ring.
No.
Should it have been in the ring? No.
Nope.
Bruce, hurry! Rachel's gonna die! That's 1 minute of power.
But again, it did open up the envelope creatively. It gave you more layers to Abyss's character. You got to see more of the Sinister Minister, Father James Mitchell. I love what you do. You're my boy. Ooh.
Ooh.
We'll talk about it towards the end.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, it does seem like a reflection of self-destruction.
It was. Because this also caused internal problems and caused Cornette to quit.
Ooh. I take it he was not in complete agreement about this match and how it was done.
I'm going to put it to you like this.
Okay.
Cornette was there up to and including the whole mess when Jarrett got sent home.
Oh, damn.
Remember? Jarrett got sent home for screwing somebody's wife.
Kurt Angle's.
Jarrett asked him to make sure Russo didn't go too far. How many people remember that world something group that Eric Young was in at that point? Guess what?
Yeah.
Newsflash.
Ooh.
Cornette had to shoot that shit 3 different times.
Oh, dear God.
Who had Savio Vega and Dutch Mantel telling him, you better tell Russo to shut the fuck up and knock it off. It was bad.
Hey, Lennox.
Backlash wasn't too bad. Under Siege, I still gotta finish it. But for the most part, not bad. Well done.
Yeah, Backlash was really good.
TNA's getting there.
Yep.
They just gotta,
get a certain.
They gotta build that momentum.
Yep.
Rehire Scott D'Amore.
Please.
But Russo almost destroyed the company. I know we all know the Hogan Bischoff arrival. Do you even want me to talk about that? Because it all intertwines to this mess. I'll put it to you like this. When Russo Chance got fired, Jarrett actually sent him home until further notice. Didn't terminate his deal, but said until further notice, you're out. Here's the rub. At one point, Russo led the SCX Sports Entertainment Extreme Group in the early days of the Asylum and TNA. And then would become a babyface when heel Jeff Jarrett lost in a steel cage match, the NWA title, to AJ Styles.
Damn.
And would fill in for Dusty at one point as the director of Authority.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what I was going to mention.
Wondering about that.
Thanks, Lennox.
Yeah.
So my point is this. Last Rites was the warped, shit-stained mutant from Weird Science in the 80s given to us by Vince Russo.
Yikes.
Of a casket.
Yes.
When they asked Mr. Parks, a.k.a. Abyss, all he would say was this.
No.
I would have said the same thing. No.
He hated that. Wished the casket didn't get lowered down until either one of them had the living fuck beaten out of them.
Exactly.
And neither one could get back.
Mhm.
One was still up, the other didn't get up.
Yep.
Then you would try to put them in the casket and then set the casket up. Okay, you know it was bad when James Mitchell never wants to speak of it other than it was Russo's mutant baby idea
Oh, damn.
of a casket match that never should have happened.
Exactly.
So bad. So, to the viewers and inmates at home,
yes.
Did you like this one? Did you think it sucked? Were you not surprised hearing Vince Russo get fired chance or fire Russo chance?
Or are
Did you agree or not agree that Vince Russo is the pimple, the shit stain, the stain on the mattress, the excuse for dad should have had a better pull-out game and mama should have swallowed?
And daddy should have pulled out faster.
Jesus Christ, how do you even let that happen?
I don't know.
Notice how I haven't mentioned it wasn't very what's the word? I think
Big Willie style's already very oozy with it. Very oozy with it. Very oozy. Very oozy with it.
No, it wasn't Uzi at all.
before Uzi was a thing, it sucked. The Last Rites match was trash, and I have to say, while it had a positive effect on developing character and stuff, it also showed you not all ideas fucking work.
True.
Like putting a casket inside a 6 fucking sided ring. Dumbass.
Dumb.
Or here's a better one, the Brawl for All.
Oh God.
We'll talk about that at some point in the
Yeah.
distant future.
Right, exactly.
But folks, let me know in the chat what you thought. Because I warned you. Every week, somebody tries to steal my home. And you know.
No.
Before we get started,
yes,
this is the following.
Warning. The following scene contains language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Before we go any further, those with weak ears, virginal constitutions, can't take a joke, and easily offended.
Warning. The following scene contains language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
You have been warned.
You have been warned. It has been advised. It will and shall continuously be ignored by me.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Enough dilly-dally. To the main event.
It is time to deal with the biggest puss that our aerial assassin would say.
Right.
And also issue an apology. But we'll get to that.
Right.
The son of the legendary actor on 90210.
Yep.
Luke Perry. Your seed.
Yeah.
Well, Jungle Jackoff. Jungle, I'm dating a hot woman and probably, have a fun game and blow it a little too soon. This bitch is for you. Oh, Jackie boy. Stop. The puss. I mean Jack Perry, sorry. Jack Perry. Dude. you were relatively quiet when you started. We didn't know anything about you other than the fact that you rode on top of a dinosaur. You were tag champ. And then when you turned heel, thought your shit didn't stink and went at it with CM Punk. The only thing that saved your fucking career was the fact that CM Punk proved you were the biggest puss. Now, granted, you ran with it. I'll give you an A for effort, but Jack, you're rolling in a group that is known to stab in the back. And yes, they are elite shitbags. Okada, I'm sorry I even have to call you that. But Jack, you're the cum stain on pro wrestling. The guy, excuse me, Doc, I need the front for this for a moment.
Okay.
You are the biggest pile of monkey-flinged, banana-filled bullshit that I have ever seen in the ring. You beat the Lucha Brothers alongside Luchasaurus to become tag champs. And you couldn't capitalize in singles? I mean, you had to face MJF, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara. You're not a pillar. You're just proof that your dad, Luke, should have had a better pull-out game. Your mama should have swallowed you. Okay? Let me explain something to you, Jack. You thought for a minute that the fucking goddamn tape would make you look like the victim?
Let me talk to you.
I got a solution and a comment for that. Nah. Far from it. It proved you are the biggest fucking self-centered, egotistical, maniacal pussy. An entitled fuckface bitch. When you had Tony Schiavone, the doctors, telling you not to fucking do whatever you were planning to do with Hook or at All In, I'd like to hear the full fucking audio from that tape. What did you say, you entitled little shit, to set off Phil Brooks? You set him off and then he went off on his boss. It took Samoa Joe to convince him to go fucking kill it in the ring. And then we had to fucking deal with another world title tournament. You little egotistical fuckface shit-stained douchebag. Notice my calm demeanor. You really don't want me to choose violence, Jack. Another Jack, twisted and turned by the name of Jack Napier into pure. You don't want me. Because I'd also steal your girl with a bad attitude and fat ass. I guarantee you, the only reason she's with you is because either your six-pack or you might have a gorilla dick in your pants. I kind of doubt you got the dong. Knowing you would play the high school I brag about my dick card.
Are you sure about that? Coincidence? I think not.
The fact of the matter is this. Jack Perry, you are the biggest son of a bitch. And you think you should be in the spotlight in this whole thing with the Bucks and Okada. The only fucking reason you are, and this is the part that's going to make you laugh, is because they pity you. They want to try and make everybody think you're the victim. You weren't the scapegoat. You were the fucking issue. You got told no, and that includes by your boss. You did it anyway because your boss didn't have enough semen in his balls to tell you to shut the fuck up. The answer's no, that's gospel. No balls. The fact you had the audacity to tell people to fuck off, and that includes Tony Schiavone. God, I wish you would have tried that with William Regal. He'd have knocked your dick in the dirt, kicked you in the taint, put his foot so far up your ass, you'd have been spitting fucking laces for a month. I wish you would have tried that with Vince McMahon or Hunter or Sellersly. They would have fucked you up and put you out of the job and made you unhireable and irrelevant everywhere, like the female Ryback Ronda Rousey and the actual shit-stained Ryback himself. That's what you deserve, you entitled little fuck-faced piece of trash. Here's the worst of it. You're never going to be a baby. You're never going to get that. I'm hoping that once this is dealt with and MJF comes back, he fucks you up just for fun. And here's the worst of it. You're dating a woman you don't deserve to be with, boy. So like I said, Anna J, bring your fine fat ass to me. Out there clapping it on the daily. Jack Perry, you brag about it. I so understand this. You're getting me caught. Now you're still gonna fry. You knew not to hit Kenny in the gut. You and the Bucks fucking did it. And the post-attack outside. Do you understand that if you really want a war, Kenny Omega ain't the motherfucking one, injured or not? He's got more balls than you. And firepower and weaponry. The House of Torture isn't going to be able to save you from what you're going to do. You've not bled yet in the ring. I assure you, you will. Before we fry, Mr. Perry, before I let the good doctor say our soon-to-be departed victim.
Yeah.
We at the Wrestling Asylum do issue a formal apology to CM Punk. Sorry for the over-excessive roasting. Listen, you still acted the way you did. Could have made it a little less. You could have been more discreet. You understand? Could have done this when nobody was watching. Nobody would have known. I now understand why you left. I'm just glad to see you back where you belong. I'm glad that you at least allowed AEW to get that spark back to you. And it's burning brighter than ever. You still had to get the chair for a few transgressions. Meaning brawl out. Which I would not be shocked if we somehow get a take from that. But truth be told, Mr. Brooks, I'm sorry. But you still had. You could have been more discreet. What the fuck? Wait. To quote Bill Maher, Bill Brooks, you could have been more discreet. What the fuck? Tuna. You dumbass.
Coincidence? I think not.
Even my chick Bailey agrees. Ooh.
Oh.
I'll make that call out right now.
Hmm.
Sharsky of Blackheart's Angels. I think you owe someone a formal apology.
Yeah.
You can do it on Blackheart's Angels. I would be more than happy to have you here inside this side. But Punk proved us right.
Yeah.
Jack Perry, you are the biggest fucking pussy. I'm amazed you can even get me. Although then again, Anna Jay's probably kind of fucking you and giving you the pity sex. Or as I call it, and it was called by Grandma Clump in Nutty Professor 2, Mercy. That's what she was giving you. Mercy.
No.
I'm just amazed she could find it for you.
God damn.
Oh, shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
So, Star, this is a call out. You owe him one. Now, mind you, yes, I admit he still had it coming for Brawl Out because he fucked Buffalo. After seeing the Bucks and Kenny Omega, I'm still mad at him.
Yeah.
He could have handled it better and not screwed us up of seeing Punk and Omega. But again, Phil, what the fuck? You could have done this discreetly and we wouldn't have this problem.
Right.
So, Jack Perry, you're not the scapegoat. You're not the victim. You are the biggest fucking puss. You are proved to beyond a shadow of a doubt. The cum stain on the mattress. Dad's poor pullout game.
Oh.
Should have swallowed. Anna Jay's mercy mom.
Oh, God.
And the reasons why microscopes and magnifying glasses exist, so they can find guys like you's tiny dick. You have cocky attitude with tiny dick. You might want to remember that. So before I let the doc finish you off, before we put you out of your fucking shit show,
ooh,
I look like a mutant tried to fuck a football and got hit in the face double by little Nicky. I got one last thing to say. And it is this. Don't wander in here twice. Don't like what I recommend. Fuck with me again. Or you get Jerome. Or better yet, I'll go into my vault. Capiche? So, Star, I'm calling you out. You owe him one. You know you do. Doc,
yes.
please say a nice few words before we
Oh,
put Mr. Perry out of his business.
I got a few words. Jack Perry, you look like a fucking bum. Your beard sucks. Your hair sucks. You're fucking Anna Jay. Girl, you deserve better. Way better. And I know someone who can give you better.
A tournament of power.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in this football club.
Well, damn, Doc.
Well, I was also going to say I'm looking forward to frying you and that scraggy yours. Sorry. I'm looking forward to basically
looking like
somebody
might
your hair
have
just
some
goes up in
explaining.
flames. And by the way, if Mr. J can apologize to CM Punk, so can I. I'm sorry, Mr. Brooks. You proved all of us right.
But like I said, Doc.
Yes.
Oh, Bill Maher.
Oh.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
So, folks, Shar, you've been called out.
Yeah.
I hope you do it.
Please.
But Doc.
Yes.
He's strapped in. Hang on a second. We didn't waterboard him, did we?
No, I don't think we did.
We don't want those questions.
Exactly.
Not to mention, Mr. J's never gonna fuck with the IRS.
No.
Remember what IRS said? Pay your taxes.
Yeah.
1 second. Let me see if he's. Oh, Jackie boy, you're up. Good. Listen to me. Before we get this over with and deep fry you, and well, I might just call fuck you later just because I would you like to say a few words? Oh, who am I kidding? Shut the fuck.
No.
Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, in 3, 2, Jack Perry, I'll see you in hell.
Let's do it.
3, 2, get back.
Oh, I got a live one here. Oh, there'll be a hot time in the old town tonight. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did.
But not like burned into a crisp. His hair is like completely become ash. It's falling off.
I've never chatted once.
Whoa.
We had this problem a couple times before, folks.
Yeah.
It happened again.
No.
He soiled himself.
Oh god.
Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna make the call. Gotta do it again.
They couldn't handle it.
Hi, Biohazard team. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, this is Asylum. Jack Perry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for asking. Yeah, he voided his bowels. What the? He didn't have no corn. What the hell was this? Wait a minute. I think he had Taco Bell while it was at it. Yeah. See the nachos, Bel Grande, extra beans.
And he put fire sauce on it.
No, I think he used suicidal sauce from Anchor Bar and Bar. Could you please send a unit? Yeah, we're gonna need to sterilize it while we're at it. I'm telling you, these victims.
They're bad.
Just so.
Can't miss comedy, folks.
Yikes.
You know, you could leave me a stash of barium to shove down my throat. Thank you.
Oh god.
Well, we're still alive. Hurry up, would you? His ribs are looking yummy. I'm like, bye.
By the way, cannibalism is bad, okay?
Can't miss comedy, folks.
Just remember, cannibalism is bad, children. It's frowned upon in many societies. At least he didn't make Dookie in the urinal, okay?
No, we didn't.
Otherwise, we'd have had another problem.
Yeah.
But, folks, Jack Perry had better not wander in place. I don't have the strength. But now it comes to the end of the show. Before we get out of here today, I want to let you all know we are a few weeks away from the season finale. We will be going for summer break. We'll be back either by SummerSlam or shortly thereafter. but we will be taking our season finale the weekend of Double or Nothing. And hope you enjoy the summer. But folks, next week, the idea while we were in the analysis chamber, a wrestler's life will be the man, the double. So I give you the sinister minister, Father James Mitchell.
There you go.
Who will wander into my chamber next week?
Ooh.
My chair. What major headlines come? Could Phil Brooks end up being 100%? He's not wearing the little thing lately.
He's not wearing the brace anymore.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But
we will.
Again, Char C of Blackheart's Angels. I'm calling you out to apologize to Philip Brooks on it.
If he can do it, I can, and I can do it, you can do it.
I mean, what the fuck? He could have done this to Stooge. He wouldn't have had to
could have.
He might have still been in AEW.
Pretty much.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But Doc, you want to tell the good people at home what you got coming up? What's happening?
Oh, considering we're got Between the Ropes coming up tomorrow on Sunday, and I'm sure one of my co-hosts is going to be very angry over the fact that WrestleMania is officially in Las Vegas, and he's going to be pissed off. He's going to rant about it, so stay tuned for that.
Well, I kind of called it being in Vegas because the truth of the matter is,
I was just waiting.
I know what's probably going to be one of the matches today.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint.
Rock versus
Tribal
Roman?
Chief, Final Boss.
Yep.
Must say.
Yep.
You can always find me here in the Asylum, Creating Anarchy on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to find me. And folks, remember, get your Dubby, kick the coffee habit. Get your Dream Alive gear for your workouts if you're cold. And get your bling for the club, the barbecue, or just to show off and look fancy.
Or the shades just to look cool.
Those two. You're going to need them with the summers, folks.
Oh, yeah. Sun in your face, you need the shades.
Show the brand some love.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to check out the merch store. Get you some merch, whether it's the OTTR Mob merch, Wrestling Asylum merch, Blackheart's Angels, Last Week in Wrestling. Check out the merch store, bonfire.com. Off the Top Rope Podcast. Show some love.
Oh, yeah.
But also tomorrow night, the leader of the mob, Blackheart, Uncle Fats, E. Dukes, Big Mike,
my boys
and
are back
buzzing with
Warren,
buzzing with Warren Marlowe.
The American prodigy.
What's going to happen? I don't know. They're going to dive into it. But one thing's for sure, Cody, Damian, Bailey, good job on the table. Congrats to the new women's tag champs. Kind of shocked that was going to happen, but I called it. And I don't know what else to say. A great show. But folks, don't be like Jack Perry.
Don't
be a prick.
Don't be a dick.
Oh, Brooks, I'm sorry. Just with
We're
the
sorry.
You could have done better and kept it quiet and whooped his ass.
We're sorry,
And
Mr. Brooks.
holler at your boy. Stop having to commit. I'll give you something you ain't going to forget anytime.
Miss Anna J., you deserve better, dear lady.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in every week. Don't forget, season finale is a few weeks away.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, do me that big favor. You know what it is. Every single time. Like, share, subscribe, stay notified, telegraph, telegram, telecriminal, tell your baby mama. Make sure you notify Jack Perry to see this one. Also, make sure you tell that mutant face dipshit Dave Meltzer, I got a newsflash for you. You're wandering awfully close again.
You better be careful.
You better tread lightly, you lying twinkle toad cum guzzling cocksucker shits.
Yep.
From pro wrestling. Because if not, when my Twitter is unlocked,
Ooh.
I'm going to call you out. Point blank on camera. And I want you face me, you dirty punk bitch. Because I want to tell you to your face what I think of you. And if that makes me Twitter famous or infamous, know this. If you come for me, you better not miss. Because the Joker never does. And neither does the pot. You come at one, you come at all. So Meltzer, tread. You're pissing me off.
And
you're crying through your teeth. You're making shit up. You are played like a fucking fiddle, and the IWC is getting fed up. It's tired of the toxic bullshit.
Oh.
You and the tribalism, damn ass. So I'm warning you. Tread lightly. Don't come back. I'm warning you. You came in once. You come back again. Is going to put you down.
For good.
Indefinitely. But folks, make sure you tune in tomorrow night. The boys are running the show.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to retire. Feel free to drop in.
But as always, tune in next week. I'm going to discuss manager that is Father Jake. Sure.
There you go.
And lay some facts that you may not have known in his career. That includes him managing a certain Chicago-made punk.
Ooh, okay. Now that should be interesting.
But folks, who faces my wrath? Again, like I said, tune in to find out. But now, before we leave, just because I want to leave on a happy note, with a smile, I have a few things. First, thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
You're crazy. Haven't you ever heard of the healing power of laughter?
Yes, I have.
But
go back to ripping off mob dealers? No. You complete me. What happened? Kill you?
That being said, I hope everybody has a great weekend, and also you feel
Big Willie style's all in it.
Very oozy
with it.
Very oozy.
with it.
Very oozy. Very oozy.
with it.
5. Cop
enjoy
dancing
the
again.
weekend. I'll see you next week. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Keep intact, up to date, and enjoy the archives when we're on break.
Oh yeah.
But for now, to close it out, for the doctor, for the mob, Phil Brooks, again, what the fuck? We're sorry.
What the fuck?
But until then, adieu, au revoir, ciao, goodbye,
adios.
Bye. See you next week.
My life is nothing but a comedy.